After having spent over $1 million on ads and working with hundreds of sellers, I figured out exactly how to get the highest quality leads for the lowest possible cost. And in this video, I want to show you what the most successful agents and investors know, which are the biggest mistakes you're making with Google and Facebook and how to avoid it, the one small tweak that can 2 to 3 times your return on ad spend, and which platform to use for your business to absolutely maximize your profit. But first, did you know that 75% of all real estate agents' ad spend goes to Google and Facebook? Yet only 10% of agents are using the platforms consistently. And the crazy part, that 10%, they're the top 10% of earners in real estate. So, all right, let's clear up the biggest question first. What's the actual difference between Facebook and Google Ads when it comes to getting motivated seller leads? Because if you don't understand this, you're going to be throwing money out the window. So think of Facebook like a billboard on a busy highway, okay? You're putting your message in front of people scrolling through their feeds, not because they're actively looking to sell, but because they match your targeting criteria. Your goal? Stop their scroll, grab their attention, and bring them into your funnel. Now, Google Ads, on the other hand, are like having a storefront in the center of town. People walk in because they just searched sell my house fast or how much can I sell my house for today. They already have a clear intent on what they're actively looking to do right now, and that's to sell their house. So the first big difference, Facebook is discovery, while Google is about intent. But knowing the difference is literally just the beginning because there's an even bigger opportunity that most people overlook, and that is simply retargeting. So have you ever browsed for a pair of shoes online only to see them literally popping up everywhere? I mean, I've had this go so far as to just think about an item and have it come up in my Facebook and Instagram feed, right? That's retargeting. And it's one of Facebook's most powerful advantages. Sure, you can retarget on Google too, and we do as well. But ask yourself, how much time do you actually spend on Google scrolling through it compared to Facebook or Instagram? And with ChatGPT and AI, we're just not spending as much time on Google. We're going there for an answer and we're getting off. Facebook and Instagram, their numbers are just steadily increasing as to how much time people are spending on the platforms. So with Facebook retargeting, you can reconnect with anyone who's clicked on your ad or watched your videos, even if they didn't sign up right away, okay? So over time, you're going to be warming them up so when they finally do decide to sell, you're already top of mind. And you can follow them around for 6 months on the interwebs. Bottom line, if you're running Facebook or Google ads without retargeting, you're literally leaving money on the table. So now that we know how these platforms work and what the kind of intent is behind them, let's talk about the part that actually makes or breaks your success, which is how much it costs to get a lead that actually turns into a deal. So let's break it down. First up, Facebook. Good news. Most prospects who fill out your form aren't simultaneously filling out 5 others thanks to Facebook's interruptive marketing style, right? Meaning they're not necessarily looking to actively sell today, but your ad did enough to catch their attention, or they were thinking about selling, but haven't really started reaching out to find a solution yet. Costs for Facebook typically range from $30 to $100 a lead, I would say, depending on your city and the time of year. And now, to be clear, these are for motivated sellers, not for buyers. But here's the catch. These leads are often more top of funnel for the majority of leads out there, meaning they weren't necessarily thinking about selling right now until your ad kind of sparked their interest and they reached out. Now, imagine someone casually scrolling through their feed, they see your ad, think, maybe I should see what my home's worth or how much their offer is. Those are the people that you get coming in through Facebook. They're not necessarily urgently motivated right now, right? That means you're going to need a robust follow-up system, text, emails, consistent calls to nurture these leads to be able to get them to convert. And if you want to see how our follow-up system is set up to get people reaching out to us daily, just get on our weekly email list below, okay? Now, Google Ads, previously we gladly paid anywhere from $100 to $500 per lead because they were motivated and it was well worth it. But now with the new ads that we're running, costs have dropped significantly. So now we're spending around $30 to $100 per lead, similar to Facebook. Now this is of course going to depend on your city and the time of year, which at the end of the day, they're similar to Facebook numbers. But the big difference, these people are highly motivated and they're ready to act immediately. You can generally get them on the phone faster, have a higher chance of setting up a meeting, and have a higher chance of closing a deal sooner in the deal cycle versus Facebook because they're actively seeking out a solution now. Now, imagine someone typing "sell my house fast," right, into Google. They're not just browsing around, they have a real immediate need. And the downside, though, they're probably filling out forms on your competitor sites too. So competition can be a little bit more fierce. But the biggest place where most agents trip up that we see is that they treat these completely different leads on Facebook and Google exactly the same, right? Same website, same emails, same follow up system. And that's frankly a big mistake because if you want your conversion rate to be as high as possible, you need to treat each one of these with their own special care. I mean, if you're paying 30 to $100 per lead, you should treat them with their own special care. So at the end of the day, which platform is right for you and is right for your business? Well, let's take a look at some actual real numbers, and this might surprise you. And warning, you might hate me a little bit after saying this, but over the past year, for every 21 leads that we generated, we closed one deal, whether that was listing the house, flipping it ourselves, or investing in repairs and selling it as their agent with our Fix and List program. Now, that's with an average cost of about $70 per lead. And remember, we're in Denver, which is one of the most competitive markets, one of the highest cost markets in the country. And each deal costs roughly around $1,450 to get. That is our cost of acquisition. And thanks to offering multiple solutions, our return on ad spend is well over 1,000%. But which platform actually performs better? Which one should you put your money behind in your business, and which one made us more money? Well, we don't actually know. Sorry. But here's the surprising truth, and here is why. Neither Facebook nor Google alone wins the competition. The magic happens when they're combined. Remember the retargeting I talked about just a few minutes ago? Yeah, that's part of the magic. And the follow-up system we have in place? Yeah, that's also part of the magic. Someone might see our ad on Facebook, click but not fill out their info, and then months later after seeing our ads repeatedly, finally take action through Facebook or through Google. Or maybe they first find us through a Google search because maybe they're just starting to get behind on payments and the time they know is coming, but they don't fill out any info because they're not ready yet. But then a few months later, they get reminded on Facebook and finally reach out to us. There is no real way to know with 100% certainty which platform will outperform in your business. But here's what I can say after doing this for more than a decade, is that in the past, when we've stopped advertising on one platform or the other, our overall conversions dropped. So if you want to dominate your market, you got to combine Facebook and Google ads and make sure that you're retargeting on both platforms. Then make sure you use automated follow-up systems to consistently stay in front of your leads until they're ready. And if you want to see exactly how we're dominating our market with this, just click the link in the description and join our weekly email list. The thing is, these platforms can be big and scary, and no one wants to throw money down the drain testing ads. And if you don't know what you're doing, you are going to be throwing money down the drain. So to help you, I made this video showing you the exact Facebook ad strategy that we're using today that's generating us a consistent 3 to 5 closings a month.